What's
That's
what is
fudge,
this?
It's probably a fudge
Let me
wrap.
see that. What is
Actually,
that?
I
Oh,
like
that's
that.
Star Crunch.
Star
Star
Crunch.
Crunch.
That's what I was
Oh,
talking about.
those fuckers are
Boom.
good.
Those fuckers are
Yes,
good.
yes, that's exactly
Star
it.
Crunch.
That's
Star
what the
Crunch.
moon pie
Why
was.
is everybody
I got
fucking excited about a Star
They're good. I
Crunch?
think
Yeah,
they're
dude,
Because
those
they're
are
unique.
so
Like they were
fucking
like,
good.
yeah.
You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast, the home of sports, gambling, entertainment, and whatever the hell else has gone on this week. So pull up a seat by the fire, crack open a cold one, and make sure to get your bets in. Welcome to the Pine Room.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the Pine Room Podcast, episode 92. Myself, Cooley, Matt, Jeff, and Jarrett in the studio. I'm back over here by Cools. Jarrett's in the skipper's chair because I like it over here. I feel
Is that what it is?
it's
I
been
why
like
we were making changes.
2 weeks in a row.
well, because
Yeah, you do
I
like
mean,
it. You like
for
hanging out with me?
yeah,
Oh, nice.
I mean
I've
for
been
like
I've been over here for like 5 straight episodes now.
well, yeah, but I've been over there for
84.
probably 84. Yeah. But anyway, I'm over here in the what is this?
The
Love
couch?
seat.
What
Love
is-
seat.
just
That's
not a
fair.
couch?
Love,
Love
that's a love
seat.
seat. That's fair.
Love
Is it?
seat.
Yeah,
So
I guess it would be.
I'm
We should
over in the
probably call it
love
something
seat.
else.
What's the difference between a love seat and a couch? Like, what? It's
Love
just the
seats are
size.
smaller.
Love seat's smaller.
Because
But
you,
so that would be.
because you sit on a love seat with somebody you
I
love.
guess
them.
really,
Yeah.
I would say that's like probably a happy middle spot. You could
Yeah,
probably
that's
call
what I was
whatever you
gonna
want.
say.
Yeah.
A love couch.
What
Love
about just a
couch.
bigger chair?
Fair.
That's a bigger.
Yeah. Well,
I think that's just a chair.
yeah. This is just a chair.
Anyway.
Like my chair in my house is a bigger chair. Like you can fit two
Right,
people.
right.
You
Oh,
can
that's
fit
a
two
big
people.
chair.
Mhm.
Is that your like throne?
That is my throne. But I'm also not that dick. Like if somebody sits in there, I'm not saying,
Like,
"Hey,
hey,
Jub, get the
That's
fuck out."
mine.
Yeah. I would never do that in my house.
I think
No.
anybody. Anyway, all right. Welcome to the Pine Room Podcast, episode 92. Hopefully you've enjoyed the past 91 episodes. We got 8 more to go to 100. And we're almost there. Hopefully you had a happy new year. We talked about it last episode while Chris was here. We had a good time. We talked about Bolivia and roads and all kinds of different things that were going on. If you haven't listened to that, there's 91 episodes of the Pine Room Podcast for you to go listen to. As well as everything else, 69 episodes of. Oh no, this week is 69 episodes of Better As
Yeah,
I
it'll be
Stand.
69 tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh wow.
So 69 episodes of Better As I Stand. I think there's like 15 or 16 episodes of Soup and Stuff, and then 11 exclusives right now on our stuff. Right now, just went up today was Slick Stevie. He's a content creator. He's a YouTuber. He's got like 1.some million followers on YouTube and
wow.
social
And
media.
he's a Michigan fan. I bet he's really happy today.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
For sure he is.
We talked to Nate and Jake Roberts, who Jake just committed to Oklahoma Boomer Sooner for his final year in college. Hopefully he goes on to play some more football, but he is now a Boomer Sooner after being a Baylor Bear. And Nate Roberts, who is the second time Oklahoma AA state championship in football. He was part of the Washington high school football squad, and he is one of the most heavily recruited tight ends in probably the nation, if not the most. So go check that out. That's both on our YouTube channel under the exclusives, and you'll hear a little exclusive to signify what you're listening to.
It's a lot of content, fellas.
Yeah,
It
it's a
really is.
lot
That's
of
a
stuff.
lot
It
right
is.
there.
I mean, we in our
I
little
got
video.
tired just listening right there. My God, that's a lot.
People probably clicked off already now.
That was it. Bunch of egotistical assholes
I think
talking
it's like-
about themselves.
It's like 500 hours, over 500 hours of stuff.
I
Well,
didn't
yeah,
get a chance to
because it's in
listen
our
to
pitch.
the boys' interviews, but Luke did said it was really well done.
Yeah.
He said it was nice. So
They're
have to
they're
listen to
good
it.
dudes. They're good dudes.
They
Good
are.
family. But anyway, we're here in the studio once again, talking about all kinds of things coming up in the news, all kinds of different things going on in the world. But for the most part, we're just here to have fun with you. So if you want to leave some comments and some feedback, send us some messages. If anybody sends us an email, which we still have gotten, I think 2 emails from people. One was Aunt Kim, and one was our buddy Fike from West Lib. they sent us emails, and I think Shooty actually sent us an email. So maybe 3 emails.
I think you're kind of cutting us short here. I think we did get some more emails than you.
I don't think
Did
we
we get anything on the social media, like the other, like Facebook and? Did anybody ever message
we do
us on
get
that?
comments and stuff on our social.
I know comments, but like, did anybody ever write and
send us
say
in-
like, "You boys are sick, foul fucks"? Like, anything
I would
like
love that.
I'm sure there's someone.
I
out
don't
there
think we've had any like direct hate mail like
He
right
has.
to us.
That's
yeah,
too
well,
bad.
but that wasn't really direct. That wasn't like
That was very
right.
direct.
No, it was
Well,
very
I mean,
direct.
like
They-
messaged to him.
Yeah.
I'm saying it was commented
might as
on.
well.
Yeah,
Just
but
send
it
it
was
right to
me-
him.
it was commented. I mean, just because somebody didn't write it to
Well,
him, doesn't
but
mean
that's
it was
what Matt
direct.
said. Matt was saying, did we
He
get
was
any
saying like a
like
DM.
did we get any DMs?
Like somebody writes "eat shit and die" on your house, but you didn't get the letter, so it's not a direct
Yeah,
threat.
Wait
Oh,
a
no,
second.
What
your
was
whole
what they
family.
do? What
He
direct
what
to
was
you?
the video?
So,
It was when- yeah.
It was when we were talking about tackling Derrick Henry.
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Oh.
It went viral. The video did.
Yeah.
And my speech impediment got fried up on that in the comments. It was so bad.
Yeah, it was like
It was
like
funny, but
100,000 views and
There's probably like 1,000 comments.
probably 1,000
500 of them were all like, "This
Yeah.
guy can't talk."
First and foremost, suck a dick. Whoever
Yeah,
that- that-
yeah.
That's what
That's
I would
the thing.
say.
People are so
The
bad.
You know
thing
what I'll
it's
be honest,
like-
I can appreciate you though. At the end of the day, you're sitting over there, fucking not a care in the
Oh,
world,
don't bother me
smile
at
across
all.
your face.
See,
Fuck them all.
That's
it's
where
never-
that's where I'm impressed by him
I
because
like
he's
it
like
because
he
it
doesn't
makes it
give a
more
fuck.
viral.
Yeah, he doesn't. You don't give a fuck.
and you never care about
I
it.
never look at comments.
I'll
I
read every
can't.
one of 'em.
I can't look at comments because
Would it bother you?
I'm a people pleaser. I like everybody to be
that.
happy, and I know that like it pisses me off because they don't know this guy. So like he's been here for however many episodes and talked about however much stuff. And like people just talk shit to talk shit, and it's like it's not founded in anything. So
That's social media, man.
that just
Yeah.
infuriates me,
In a
and
nutshell.
I don't know. I just don't.
destroys lives.
You know
what-
A lot of lives.
You know what I always think is just intrigues me is how people make fun of things that you didn't choose to have a speech impediment.
Yeah.
So I just love the fact of the matter that people, I don't know. I guess I've never been able to, and I'm not saying that I've never busted balls or probably made fun of somebody or whatever. I'm not saying I haven't done that, but I don't know. I guess you get to a certain age in life where you realize, like, man, that is pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy.
Job, I want to get back to you said something about writing on your house, eat shit and die or whatever. Mom told me a story about what happened
Oh,
to you
Jesus.
the other day, and I had actually never. You guys may know about this. I've never heard of this thing. Explain what
so
happened.
I went out to take Evie, the dog, out to pee, and I come back into the house, and we have like a stone little ledge in front of the door, like where there used to be steps that go up into the door before we put the deck there. And on that stone, like platform, it had chalk written like I don't remember the initials, but it was like 20, then a plus sign, then an N plus C plus like L plus 40 or something like that. And it was just all written. That's not exactly it, and we could probably find what the actual thing is, but it was written there in chalk. And the first thing I thought in my head was like, did somebody mark our house to be like, I'm going to come back to this house. We have 20 different windows in the house. There's a couch in the living room. The mother's downstairs, all initialed out. So then like a thief would know or a burglar would know what was written on the steps. So they know how to approach robbing the house. So I came in the house and I said, hey, Mom, I don't want to scare you, but something's written on the front porch. She said, no, I did that. She said, I wrote in chalk the initials of the 3 wise men for Christmas. And I had no idea that was even a thing, let alone that the wise men had names to initial. And I came in, and she thought it was hilarious because I was freaked out. I don't know if you can find the initials.
I'm trying to find what it's actually. It's supposed to be some wise man's blessing that blesses your house or something like that. I had never heard of it, and when my mom told me that he came inside and was like, "Hey, Mom,"
No, I didn't.
but the way she painted it, she was like, she made it seem like you came inside.
No.
Mom, I think somebody marked our house for death or something.
No,
and
I-
she thought it was the greatest. That she thought it was so funny, and I know she'll listen to this, and she's probably peeing her pants right now.
I
listening.
just said, hey, Mom. See, I knew she would do that. I knew she would tell you that. God, Hannah does the same thing. But anyway,
damn them anyways.
I just came in and I was like, "Hey, Mom, somebody rode on a
We're
front
gonna be
porch."
dead by tonight.
I didn't say, "Hey, Mom, the house is gonna burn down." All right, see it. The good segue. Hannah does this thing where she'll like say horrific stuff, like I don't know. For instance, like this is an example of how she does things. So she'll say, "Hey, just had a great day today. Looking forward to hanging out or something. Hey, the world's gonna explode, but what do you want to get for dinner?" Like, and then it's like, hold up, let's reverse to what you just said. Like, hey, the world's gonna blow up. Like that's the equivalent to things she says. Like, hey, I cut my hand open, I bled all over the floor. Anyway, what do you want to have for dinner? Like that's the shit that she does.
I probably shouldn't be cooking, but what do you want, what do you want for dinner?
But anyway, but that's the kind of stuff that they do.
I found it. So it's called the Epiphany blessing. And I guess it says, when everyone finished their snacks, the priest was handed a large piece of sidewalk chalk. He stepped up to the doorway, and upon the door's lintel, he inscribed the following characters: 20,
Okay,
cross,
I got that right.
C,
Okay, I got that
cross,
right.
M, cross, B, cross, 09.
Are those for the initials of the Balthazar? Is he one of the?
So it's the letters stand for the three magi.
That's amazing.
Casper. How the fuck?
I know that's
Balthazar.
I
and
paid
then
a lot of attention in religion class.
Is it
Obviously, I didn't.
Melchior?
Melchior? Yeah.
Melchior. They also represent the three
That
words.
sounds like demons.
The three-word
though,
Latin
because,
blessing, Christus Mansionem Benedictat, which means may Christ bless this house.
I think they said that in Harry Potter. Say it again.
I may be butchering this, but
No, you did pretty good.
Christus Mansionem Benedictat.
Yeah, that's a wizard spell.
Speliosaurus?
Dumbledore uses
Actually,
that.
that's super cool. Now, and I've been obviously Catholic my whole damn life. No, your mom's Catholic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never. So you've heard of that, Matt, before? About
Yeah,
that?
yeah. My mom, she's big into that kind of stuff. I talked about it with her a long time ago, and I vaguely remember it back in when I was in grade school, and they talk about it.
That at all. That's super cool, though. I can appreciate that.
All right, so let's little Christmas talk since it's not that far out of sight. If we were five wise men, what would you bring baby Jesus now, like in modern era? What would you bring him?
Ooh.
Oh, God,
Well,
that
you
is a
probably.
really good question.
I'd probably bring him an iPad.
I'd bring him a gun.
An iPad, a gun,
Gotta
Chick-fil-A
protect himself.
sandwich.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
Probably some warmer clothes.
There you go, Jeff.
Yeah, actually, you know what?
That's a
Jeff
nice
has
guy.
the only good answer.
What he might really appreciate is a nice pair of sandals.
Yeah.
To walk
Instead of,
through
like,
the
What a
pair of Uggs.
fucking
Pair
The
desert.
of
only
Uggs,
father
some
here. He had the actual good answer.
Yeah. What about you, John?
Chick-fil-A, a gun,
An iPad.
an iPad, and then some warm clothes.
Okay. What about you?
Oh, I don't
like
know.
Starbucks.
No, what could a baby use?
Oh, I guess he is a baby.
I don't
Really,
know.
iPads.
What are those?
Gun
A
Chick-fil-A.
binky.
Yeah, he needs a fucking gun.
What's the
I think the iPad
the
would work.
thing? What's the thing you sit in and it's got wheels on
walker.
it? And you go.
Oh, like a
Wheelchair?
bouncy.
A
Yeah,
bouncy,
that's
yeah.
what I'd have
Those
baby
are-
Jesus
yeah, I
in.
can get that 100%.
He'd be
A
with his
bouncy.
iPad eating a.
I don't know how
with-
well that will work on the roads going to Bethlehem and
Jerusalem.
out into Egypt.
So he'd be cruising.
Jerusalem.
He'd be cruising in his bouncer.
I
He'd
guess
have
diapers would be
Chick-fil-A
good.
He'd have a
sandwich
gun
here,
hanging out the window.
an iPad here, and then a gun sitting.
absolutely.
But then he'd be nice and
He's
warm
wearing a
in his
big
clothes.
I
Anna.
think
a
Jesus
big
is
yeah.
right-handed, so yeah, we're on the right.
Oh,
Drive-by walk.
Actually,
Hey,
you
you-
put a pair of shades on him, it'd be like the baby from fucking Hangover.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
he-
right?
Matt will get the gun. I'll get the holster. He'll have a side,
okay.
he'll have a hip holster.
we might as well
Jesus
give him
needs
a
a
cowboy
sidearm
hat.
to go through the desert, especially in those parts. Think about what's going on over there right now.
What was the baby's name in the hangar? I'm drawing a blank.
Carlos.
Carlos,
yeah.
yeah.
Jesus Carlos Christ. I love it. I love it.
JCC.
I
Wait,
like
so
that.
now we just
Oh, Jesus,
discovered
yeah,
we
yeah,
discovered
yeah.
something that nobody probably has ever discovered. Jesus' middle name. It's Carlos.
Carlos. I love it.
Carlos.
Yeah, he's
What
got
a
a
way-
gun.
This is probably
Hey,
really.
you did. I apologize. You did call us the five wise men, so hence the reason why we
Exactly.
figured
Yeah.
out the middle man.
This is
middle
probably
name.
a dumb question, but what all was brought to baby
Frankincense,
Jesus?
myrrh, and gold.
Gold, yeah.
And
Oh,
the
that's right,
dickhead,
'cause we
the
said that-
dickhead who brought gold.
Yeah, because he said he outdid
I'm
everybody.
embarrassed that if I truly gun to the head, I'm embarrassed to admit that I would not.
I know.
Well,
I-
my
yeah,
gripe
yeah.
with this, we talked about it on the radio,
So sad, though.
was like, I'm assuming the three wise men know each other, and I'm assuming that they all kind of were like, hey, let's
Supposedly they didn't. They found
They
each other
rendezvous?
along the way. because they came from different parts of the world.
That's
So-
But that's
There you
just
go.
the way the story was told, and they thought they were coming to a legitimate king that was older. They
And
didn't
he's
know
just
what
a
they were
little
going
baby?
to. Yeah, and then
But
they
I-
figured it out on their way.
In my head, it was like there were 3 wise men. They knew each other. Like, hey, there's this new baby that we
They
got
were
to
riding dirty.
Yeah, we got to get gifts for, and they're like, all right, let's set a limit. And he's like, okay, and then he'd come back and he says, all right, you had $20 or whatever they use, shekels or whatever, and they say, oh, I got frankincense. He got myrrh. What'd you get? He goes, well, I went over a little bit. I got gold.
Well, I
and
looked
then he
up.
goes, you dick. Then you make me look bad.
That's
Then
the
he's like,
worst Secret Santa out there.
Yeah, he's an
Like,
asshole.
Hey, we set the goddamn cost limit at $25, and you had to go. for
Yeah, it's
$25.
like you got Bill an
$1,000
iPhone,
gold.
and everybody else got a fucking stack of sticky notes.
Well,
and
you
some
probably,
fucking stickers.
I don't know, you may know this. You guys might know this. It says that they had a symbolic meaning. Obviously, what they got: the gold signifying Jesus' status as King of the Jews. Frankincense represented the infant's divine identity as the Son of God, and then the myrrh touched upon Jesus' mortality.
What the hell is myrrh?
I don't
Truly
really
have
know.
no idea.
Looks
Some
up
sort of
myrrh.
spice
We're
from the
gonna look
Far
up-
East, maybe.
Why did I think it looks like a pine?
Have you
needle
ever
from-
asked for myrrh for Christmas?
Interesting. Does Bath and Body Works have myrrh?
Sell myrrh.
Myrrh is a fragrant. Okay, so it is kind of like sap.
We
well,
sell myrrh.
myrrh is a yellow, fragrant sap-like resin that comes out of cuts in the bark of certain
Why the hell would you need
Commiphora
that?
trees, including the Commiphora myrrhum tree. Myrrh contains chemicals that might reduce pain and kill bacteria. It's used worldwide, but is especially popular in China and Egypt.
Yeah.
Sounds like
foreigners.
marijuana, like resin and all that stuff. But here's
Yeah.
what we should do next year at Christmas time. We should do a little shopping content, and we go around to the stores and ask some retail ladies, like, "Hey, by chance, you guys have any myrrh?
You got any myrrh?
Any myrrh by chance?"
What the fuck is that?
We
they're
sell
probably-
What
myrrh.
about frankincense?
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
That-
either.
Is that
Frankenstein.
like incense? I would imagine.
Is that the stuff that
believe
when
something
the
similar.
yeah he goes
Mhm.
I saw him do it on the Pope. What was the last Pope's name?
Pope.
Benedict?
Frederick?
Or
No,
Francis now. Benedict
John.
was the.
Benedict
What's it
just
been?
died, right?
We had. Yeah, Benedict was the one that died. He
And
was
I-
the one that stepped down.
His funeral.
and then
they
John
had
Paul II before that.
They had a
That's
massive
sad.
ball that had that incense in it.
Mhm.
He was going all over his.
Oh, frankincense. So
Body.
this is
oil or something, right?
Yeah, so that's kind of like myrrh, actually. Frankincense is a hardened gum-like material, resin, that comes from the trunk of a boswellia tree. People use its oil on the skin in aromatherapy.
There you go.
That was
There's a lot
never
of
would have
different
guessed
things
Yeah.
back in the day, man. No doubt about
Wow,
And that's
interesting.
Is that one from? Does it say where it's from? Africa,
this
maybe?
one
Middle
is
East?
from. It doesn't say where it's from, but wherever the boswellia tree is.
Probably in Africa.
That's
I
yeah.
would
That's
guess.
that
Somewhere
sounds.
on Clearview Avenue for sure.
Yeah,
Without a
yeah.
doubt.
We can
No,
find it.
we
It's
can
probably
find
in
We
the
gotta try to
out by
grow.
the ball field. Like
we
in
had
the
to bring
center
one of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
in here.
walking.
We got to try to grow it in here.
I like how this episode. It's like 3 weeks after Christmas, and we haven't talked about this in the time we could have talked about Christmas stuff. But instead, on the Christmas episode, we talked about shitting our pants.
That's
Yeah.
that's
That's
us. That's
That
us.
feels like
Not
it's
sure.
on brand.
What
That
a
makes
Bob Wise
sense.
man. What else would
Yeah.
you expect?
That's true.
Wise
It's a good point,
conversations.
Coles.
Mhm.
Really
Yeah.
good point.
I've got a hard-hitting question here for you guys, and I saw this the other
Here we
day.
go.
And I was just scrolling through my phone, and I found that I actually forgot about it. This is a really, really big question here. This is going to be tough for everybody, I think, because I think that we're all near and dear to these things. So you can only keep 3 of these things. The first one, Twinkies.
Yeah.
2, Ho-Hos. 3, Cosmic Brownies. 4, oatmeal cream pies. 5, zebra cakes. 6, moon pies.
Jesus.
7 is the cupcakes, the chocolate cupcakes.
Hostess cake.
Yeah, the
Ooh,
host,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then 8 honey bun, 9 nutty buddy.
How many can I keep?
So you can
3.
keep 3. Again, I'll go through them: Twinkie, Ho-Ho, Cosmic Brownie, oatmeal cream pie, zebra cake, moon pie, the Hostess cupcake, the honey bun, and then the nutty buddy.
I
Here's
got
a
mine.
picture.
I got mine.
I
three.
got
Here's
mine.
a picture of them.
I can't believe Fudge Round wasn't on there.
I know. I
Oh.
thought fudge round.
I'd trade
Here's
them
a-
all for that. That's the only job I could eat.
Here's a
500
picture.
of those.
If you guys
If you brought a pack of fudge rounds
need to
in here,
see,
Did you ever warm it up in a microwave and put a scoop of vanilla ice cream on it?
Ooh.
No.
It's the
Oh,
easiest
God.
cheap dessert ever made.
Oh wow.
But Can't
I
do
used
that
to.
now. I'm off sugar.
This is. I'm a fat bastard, but I used to take.
No, you're not.
I used to take the fudge around, and I would squeeze all the fudge to the middle,
Yeah.
and then I
Oh
would
my
eat around it, and then have one
Right.
big fudgy bite.
You ever get one of them giant ones?
Oh,
That's
Aunt
literally
Kim,
the
Aunt
greatest.
Kim, yeah.
Aunt Kim
That
used to
is
have
the
'em.
greatest cake, in my opinion.
Oh,
I was surprised.
if
Fudge
that's
round.
not if I don't know why that's not on the list, but if
We should
that was
actually
on the
ban
list,
this. Period. We
Yeah.
shouldn't even answer the
Yeah,
question.
I know.
if that was on the
Fudge
list,
around to beat out
fuck
all those,
everything
but I got
else.
my 3. So.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
my 3 too.
I'll you want me to start? I'll go. I got mine because I got it here. I'm keeping a ho-ho, a cosmic brownie, and a zebra cake.
That was mine.
Really?
That was mine.
Same
Yep.
exact thing.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Twins.
Yep.
Really? I didn't.
Good,
have that.
Cooley.
Oatmeal, cream
That's
pie, moon pie, and the cupcake. The Hostess cupcake.
Man.
I'm not a big chocolate guy, but
Go ahead, Matt. What you got?
All right,
why,
mine.
why are you looking at me like that?
Zebra cake, the Hostess cupcake, and then what was the last one?
The
Nutter
Nutty
Butter?
Buddy?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I love those.
Why is he looking at
But
me like
fudge
that?
round would be
Yeah,
like
fudge round
these
for
ones are
sure.
down,
I love
down there.
oatmeal.
I like a zebra cake here and there, but it ain't gonna touch
All the other
fudge
shit is
round.
way too sweet and like
Oh, but that's
it's too
the-
much for me.
But like just one of them is so good. I
Moon
was
pie is
I was
so
torn
underrated.
between a Twinkie and a ho-ho, but
I'm gonna
I
start
Let me
go
crying.
Google
ho-ho.
moon pie to make sure I'm thinking.
What are you going with, Jeff?
Crying.
I'm going
If
Nutty
you-
Bar, the Cosmic
Cosmic
Brownie, and the
Oh.
Hostess Cupcake. But here's the deal. I know you guys are all looking at him with a third eye. I would still face fucking oatmeal cream pie for sure.
Oh no, I like
Yeah,
I
They're
like
good.
oatmeal
Those,
cream
those
pie.
ones
I-
especially. Some of them aren't good. Those
they
are good.
are by far my most hated of those snacks.
Really?
By far. Every
Worse
time
than
I've
a
had
moon
It's
pie?
so good.
yes.
Oof.
I did fuck up though. The moon pie looks like shit. That's
You
not
know what a moon pie is?
I
Moon
just
pies
googled
aren't
it.
that
No,
good.
I don't like the moon pie.
I
thought
was
it
gonna
something
say
else.
I was.
They're
I
all
was
right,
about
but
to
they're
leave.
not.
Yeah,
they're
those
not
are-
really that good.
That's not my third selection.
What's
though.
your third?
I don't.
then?
I
Zebra
Oh
cake.
wait, no guys, I
Yeah.
fucked this up. That's not a moon pie. What's
That's probably
what
the
is
fudge.
this?
It's probably a fudge
Let me
round.
see that.
What is
Actually,
that?
I
Oh,
like
that's
that.
the Star
Yes,
Star
Crunch.
Crunch.
Star
Crunch.
Star
Star
Crunch.
Crunch.
That's what I was
Oh,
thinking about.
those fuckers
Boom.
are good.
Those fuckers are
Yes,
good.
yes, that's exactly.
Star
That's
Crunch.
what I
Star
thought the moon
Crunch.
pie
Why
was.
is everybody
I got the-
fucking excited about a Star
They're good. I
Crunch?
think
Yeah,
they're
dude,
Because
those
they're
are-
unique.
so
Like they were
fucking
like
good.
yeah.
What are they? Peanut butter?
No,
It's-
chocolate rice,
But it's like the texture.
and it's like real
That's
hard.
right.
It'd be
It
like
is
a different
Star
version of a
Crunch.
crunch bar.
Like
I
Champ
used to
couldn't
fuck
eat.
those up.
He couldn't eat a Star Crunch.
Yeah, here, hold on.
Couldn't-
Couldn't
Gunny. Hello,
couldn't
Gunny.
break. You'd have to break it apart with your hands.
It's like
there's
almost
the
like
Star
caramel. How
Crunch.
like
Yeah.
it's tough to pull apart a little bit. It's good.
I
here's
did.
a
Yeah, I fucked that up. I got Star and Moon mixed up.
That's all right. But here's a question for you. So old boy Nick Saban has 2 oatmeal cream pies every morning with his coffee.
No way, man.
That's a guarantee. It's a guarantee. So
Yeah.
my question to you guys: could you guys truly? Or let me ask it better this way: do you guys eat something every day? The same
No.
thing.
No.
Well,
Yeah, I do.
What do you eat every day? The same
Well, actually, I guess not on the weekends, but every weekday I have after I work out, I have the same protein shake every morning
thing? Okay.
in a protein bar. But I change up the flavor, so I guess no.
Like I
Yeah.
guess the reason why
I
I'm
don't know
at
if this counts, but I probably have a variation of chicken every day, but it's not like the same.
Yeah,
like,
see, now that's not the. Yeah, I wouldn't
I wouldn't count
consider
that
that.
in.
What do you?
I don't. No,
Nah,
I think it would
Matt?
be like I think to have 2 oatmeal cream pies every day of your life.
It's
And I
fucking
think he's been
gross.
doing
Yeah,
it for
see,
like
that
40
would-
years.
oof.
What about the guy that said the other day that he's eating Chipotle every day?
Oh,
yeah, I
McCall
did see
Bridges.
that.
Yeah.
Book
But it's like for like 11 years. I didn't even know it was around that
What did
long.
he say?
Millionaire.
What did he say? He was like, "It's too
Every
good.
day.
It's too good not to
I
eat
mean, yep.
every day or something
Oh,
like that."
God,
Stupid.
go to a real
Yeah.
restaurant.
I
buddy,
like it.
and
I
make
like it,
millions
but
of
man,
dollars.
not that much.
every day for a year. I couldn't do it
The
for a
guy's
year.
making more money than I
He
probably
can
will
have a
ever
chef
see.
prepare him a better meal.
Hey,
Oh.
I guess that says something though. Hey, he's
he's a
he's
weirdo.
humble, I guess.
Right.
Not, I mean, hey.
No, he's
He
just,
probably
he's
has like
just-
9
that's like,
Lamborghinis.
Well, well, I know,
He's
like,
so humble.
I think Christian Yelich, when he was in the minor leagues, I think he did the same
Yeah.
thing. I think he ate Chipotle every day.
I don't know how those athletes eat that like all the time. Like like it doesn't bother me, but like some people that messes their gastro tract up badly.
We
Little gastritis.
had it like day after day after day. One time, it's like a week. We had it like 3 days in a row or something like that. I had the worst acid reflux. Like it
Oh, if you
felt
get that
like
hot salsa, buddy, it
Oh,
comes
that
up
hot
like
sauce
I just
is
felt getting.
bad.
I can't
Mount
eat it with it anymore.
Vesuvius.
Oh,
It's so good, but
It's
yeah,
so bad.
it'll
Listen.
punish you at
oh,
night.
last night I
It's a
had
great transition. I love it.
from
Ba-da-boom.
Family Dollar. Speaking of hot stuff, I had a bowl, and I told this to you on the
Yeah,
radio.
yeah, yeah.
It was a bowl
Mongolian beef.
of molten Mongolian beef.
What the hell was that?
Molten
It
lava.
was. I don't know what the brand is. I'll see if I can find the brand.
Was it like a ramen noodle?
It was like those cardboard bowls of ramen
Uh-huh.
that you can get. And I got those. It was like it has like
was
the
there
little
actually
chili.
real beef in it?
No, it was
Okay,
just
that's
flavored.
like the
Like
flavor.
that.
Yeah, it was just flavored.
I was gonna say I was gonna be a little concerned about you.
No wonder you have acid
Yeah.
reflux.
Who knows where that
Hey,
stuff come
eating
from?
beef from fucking Family Dollar doesn't.
Okay, yeah, here I found it. This is called Hot Spicy Fire Walk Volcanic Mongolian
Oh
beef.
God.
This was with other
I like
natural
your thing
flavors.
better, molten.
Yeah,
that sounds better.
alliteration.
Molten Mongolian.
But it's hot and spicy. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm not a picky eater, but I do like if something tastes bad, I'm never gonna get it again. That bowl of ramen was like $2. It was one of the best like quick meals I've ever had. I had a $1.30 egg roll that I bought from the freezer section. It was a 1-pack. I had that.
What was that? LaChoy?
I don't even think it wasn't even that.
Jade Garden?
It was a vegetable egg roll.
How mushy was it?
No, I put it in the air fryer.
No,
it
you
was
smart.
listen.
Okay.
How
Crisped
did you
up
make the
nice?
ramen?
Just put
So
water in
for
it.
$3.50 you got a nice meal.
It's incredible.
Wait,
I don't understand how people.
Loaded with MSG.
Oh my god! Like if I was on a budget, I could survive for like that's something I could eat every day.
What
My
was
stomach's
the,
messed
what was
up.
the
but
calorie rating on this meal?
I gotta say that's the
I think
problem.
it was 500 calories. I think.
What was it called
But
again?
the egg
Job?
roll was like 200. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What was it called
pushing
again?
750.
Volcanic Mongolian beef.
Oh, not molten.
I bet it has the sodium probably.
I
My
was gonna
blood's
say,
probably like
Sodium's through the
Did
Has
your
a
heart
shit
beat
ton.
it through your chest
my
overnight?
kidneys are turned to.
And failing
Dust,
mode right now.
yeah.
Renal failure.
Yeah, wait, I'll pull it up on the screen.
But no,
instead.
it's fantastic though. Like if you generally didn't make a lot of money and you were on the verge of being able to survive month to month, you could make some really decent meals
But Job,
from.
why do you
Yeah,
think
but-
the whole world is poor and fat?
Fat. Exact. Great point. Cole.
Why?
That's exactly
Because
what I was
that's
gonna say.
cheap and it makes you
And-
fat.
1,000% cools.
Yeah, you ever
Stuff
go
like that
if you
is
go
why the
down,
world's
all you
fat.
gotta do is go out in front of Save a Lot. You hang out there for a little bit,
Yeah,
Yeah, but
and you'll
how's
see what the
because
culture
there's
of the
no
world
healthy
is,
food
is.
that cheap
Correct.
and that good.
well, I mean, it would be better than starving.
Well,
oh
but
yeah,
that's why
yeah.
they're
No,
all
if,
fat.
if you're at a point where your ribs are showing, yeah, you better.
Yeah,
do it.
like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if we're
I'm fucking homeless.
Like
I
if you
get
if you
$5.
can't afford to eat food, then you can't be picky.
No.
You'd gladly be fat if you were homeless and had no food.
listen, like
Like
I'm
if
telling
you took
right
if
now,
you took the Mongolian beef down to those homeless camps and the egg rolls and passed them out, you'd probably be a fucking hero.
Job,
Well,
is
that's what I
this-
said. Like
Job,
if
is
you
this what
sent,
you ate?
yes, if you sent a bowl of that to
Yeah,
like
fucking
I don't
hero.
know wherever in like maybe like
Let's
I
look at
don't
the-
want to be
They
stereotypical.
should feed the kids of Ethiopia and Africa. They're in the
They
famine
could
still.
they could put
Holy
bowls of that.
shit, Job.
They had to drop it out of an airplane.
All right,
Listen,
here's
well,
our,
I-
uh,
also-
Hey, the problem is they need water though.
yeah.
That's the problem.
They
They're
just
fucked.
they just spit in the bowl.
Job, if you fed somebody
They can't
homeless
even spit.
something not spicy, they'd fucking,
Also, time
their head
out.
would blow up.
Now I could be my judgment could be a little skewed on this bowl of ramen
God.
because the only thing that I ate yesterday before I had this bowl of ramen was a handful of pistachios.
Oh,
So I didn't
God.
eat all day.
So
Did
you were
Jared,
hungry.
did Jared
And I-
give us the rundown on
Yeah,
the health?
yeah. So I
Jarrett,
got the
pull it up.
nutrition
Here,
facts here.
Matt,
So
turn that TV on.
if you're just listening to this, we pulled up on the screen here. It's Nissan Foods, hot and spicy.
Which one is it?
One.
Chili sauce, blazing hot. Oh no, here, no, excuse me, I was on the wrong one.
How spicy was it?
It is on hot and spicy Firewalk volcanic Mongolian beef flavor with other natural flavorings, and it
Jared.
looks very hot.
Switch it to the other.
I'll switch over to the other monitor here.
um,
Well, that's sorry, we're on the
But that.
Excuse me.
How much does it say? Can you buy it?
Hold on, I gotta switch over
Job
here.
wants a 24 pack.
Yeah.
Let me go back to you guys real quick.
I mean, but like if that's the only
me.
meal you're gonna have in a day, it's a good.
No, it doesn't look bad.
It's not. And I mean, it
The
is.
sodium would be my
Sodium
problem.
is what my face feels like it's gonna explode.
yeah, you're
now.
gonna like when
He'd
I
be like
read this.
on car blood.
I wonder if we could get some kind of sponsorship. We could make this the sponsorship thing, and this could be the food of the Pine Room.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
You like that,
Encore plot. Oh my god!
He's a little swelled
How
up.
spicy was that, Job?
It was so.
Okay, so
it
here we
was
go.
It looks
so
like a
hot.
fucking
Here we go.
phase.
It was so hot.
We got it back up here. So I'll run down the nutritional
Oh,
facts
boy.
here. Here we go.
Sodium.
Not
Oh,
Italian.
Yeah, you're
my
not going to
Wow.
believe the sodium. So
83%.
actually,
of
and I'm
my-
surprised it's not as many calories as I thought. So per container, 580 calories, which
No
isn't,
shot.
I mean, isn't awful. Total fat, 24 grams. Saturated fat, 9 grams. Cholesterol, 5 milligrams. Sodium, here's where we're really getting heavy.
Well, I'm gonna tell before you read that. I'm gonna tell you this: if you don't think Chipotle has just as much sodium in it, you're out of your mind. Because when I eat Chipotle, I feel like I haven't drank in weeks.
Yeah, probably. That's why I just killed this
Yeah,
Starbucks
Chipotle-
in my
Chipotle's salty.
water bottle. But so we're into the sodium here. 1,910 milligrams, 83% of your daily total value
All
of
right.
sodium.
That's good.
Job, you want to hear the sodium levels
83%.
typically for a Chipotle meal?
Yeah.
Sodium levels are high for the typical entree in each category. Burritos, 2,700.
Holy shit.
Burrito
wow.
bowl,
Fucking take this L.
2,000.
Take this fucking L.
Who?
You're talking shit on my ramen bowl.
No, I'm not. I don't get. I eat Chipotle almost every goddamn day.
You know what else has a lot of sodium that people wouldn't think is Subway.
Really?
Sure.
Oh my
Because it's all
God.
fake shit.
What
Yeah.
what drink has a lot of sodium in it?
Gatorade.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Why'd you
Well,
point
Well, it's
it out?
supposed to
well,
be
'cause
for
I-
body replenishment, but people drinking it.
Hey, you
Yeah,
got
my middle school teacher, Miss Crummett, she used to tell me and Jarrett, she was like, "You guys are gonna get kidney stones because we just would drink Gatorade for lunch."
I don't know, but your age you would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would
I
have been
went-
right if you kept
Did I ever
going.
tell the story when I had to take a drug-free test?
A drug-free test.
So I was in drug-free club in high school,
Okay.
and you had to take drug tests to prove that you could be in drug-free club.
Okay.
And
looks good on the resume.
I always was scared to do it because you had to pee in a cup, which is like kind of gross, and you're handing it to somebody,
Splashing all over
which
yourself.
which is not exactly the
It's
most.
tough when
Like
you're.
handing somebody a cup of your hot pee is like the
Yeah.
grossest
I
thing
was
ever.
scared
I'd
did
rather be
something
handing
wrong.
it to them than them handing it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I peed in the cup, and I must not have been drinking water like that day or maybe
Dark
the day
yellow?
before.
Like
it
lemon
was
lime
like,
Gatorade?
It looked like pennies. It was like was
Ew.
like copper.
That day, I mean,
And I gave it to her, and she was like,
Yeah.
"Is this your pee?" And I went, well, yeah.
What you think it was your
And she
shit?
got, yeah,
Sizzling.
I was like, what do you think it is?
looked like Coca-Cola.
And it had carbonation in it.
Ugh.
No, but
like
I was like,
ginger ale.
and I
Oh.
said,
God.
I said, well, yeah, it's my pee. And she says, I'm going to tell you this. And she got real serious. And she's like, I'm going to tell you this right now. You are going to have kidney stones before the time you're 25. You will have.
Have you
kidney
had one
stones. Well, I'm 25, so I got
Oh boy.
like
Few months.
6 months.
I don't think you. I mean, that's if you
She's
do
like,
that a daily basis.
If you don't drink more water, you're gonna have.
I mean,
kidney
we've all
stones.
had a time where it was like you, after a long night of terrible eating and drinking, and you pee and it's golden. And
Oh.
It
Very
smells like burnt
concentrated.
rubber.
like vinegar.
Oh,
God.
John said it was copper.
Oh, it was.
Like just brownish.
It was like dark. It
Like
looked
borderline
like it
blood in
was
the urine.
almost Coca-Cola
I
ass.
thought, I thought you were gonna say that Carol said, "I'm gonna drink this."
Yeah, God.
The way she, you know what I'm gonna do or something.
Not to throw him underneath the bus, but Nardoni, that's his claim to fame. He said he can drink 60,000 gallons of water, but when he still pees, it still looks like copper.
Yeah, and then
Like
when he
whatever.
drinks beer, it's clear.
That might be
Yeah.
a medical thing. We
Yeah,
need to
we-
get checked
Yeah, I
out.
usually try to keep. If you're well hydrated, Jeff, you have a lighter piss stream, right?
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
100%.
like more towards the water look. Yeah.
So what do you guys think about this? And then I'm going to go conspiracy theory on you guys. So we just got done talking. You had a nice meal for $3.50, and kind of like what you alluded to, Cooley, the fact of matter, that's the reason why shit's cheap and people are fat. Do you guys believe in the conspiracy theory that there's the control factor of the country from a standpoint of they preach a good game, from a standpoint they want us healthy, blah blah blah, but they
Absolutely.
don't make healthy foods cheap?
No question.
Do you believe in that concept?
I do, because you got the same people approving the foods that are approving the drugs that these people all be on when they're obese and they got diabetes and they got all these things. So when you have the same outfit approving both things, I think
I
it's
agree.
just a money making thing. And no one will ever admit it, but if you go watch some shows on what people eat, I mean, it is incredible. If you talk to somebody who used to work for like the FDA or something, and what they will tell you now about the things that they would do and the things that they would approve that should never have been approved.
Why is it that like fresh stuff, like organic stuff, is like astronomically priced compared to regular stuff?
Probably two things. One, it probably is free of some contaminants and chemicals and things like that. And then two, it's a fad. Like, people want that. Like, you can put organic on there and people are going to buy it. They don't even look. You could lie to them. That's another thing. A lot of that's probably fake.
Jarrett, look up how much it costs for a bag of apples. Like a bag of
Like that one that lady gave us down the zoo.
That was incredible. That's one of the most amazing things I think we've ever. Well, not that we get
Apples
a lot of
from Maryland.
Not that we get a lot of gifts, but that day we were at the radio show. That
Beats
lady
the hell out of frankincense.
We had like 3 gifts that day. That guy came and gave us a case of beer.
Yeah.
Some lady dropped us off a bag of apples, and then something else happened. But yeah, she just dropped off a bag. They weren't very good, but
Cigars
Sorry.
were the best gift
Yeah.
we got.
oh, that's
yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah.
It's cool getting gifts.
Yeah, why not, right?
Especially if it's in a scenario where you're not supposed to be getting gifts. Like if you're randomly like that, like shouldn't have got those
Like a
cigars.
surprise
Like
gift?
that
Not
was
at
like-
all.
Yeah, but we got those. Like how
All right,
much
what
is
are we
a bag
looking
of
up
apples?
now? Oh, bag of apples. $1.99.
So $3.86 for a bag of Gala apples. Now look up how much a box of Twinkies costs.
Probably more.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's more too.
I just don't think it. Oh, it's around the same.
Oh, it is around the same.
So that's a 16 pack.
family
Jarrett.
pack.
That's a value pack right there.
So you're right around. You're cheaper. So $3.48. So you're a couple cents cheaper than a bag of apples. And you're probably how many? There's 10 in there. How many apples are in that bag? Go back.
Probably a dozen.
I feel like I'm back in college. This is all we did in all my health classes.
So
and
3 pound
that was
bag.
it.
Looks like there's maybe like 2, 3, 6, maybe 9 to 12.
Do you get
yeah.
the same enjoyment biting into an apple as you
Nah,
get
that's the
biting
problem.
into a Twinkie? No, because there's an addictive chemical
and-
inside those Twinkies.
And look at the packaging. If you're just listening to this, we're looking
apples
at
are packaged
stuff
like
on
shit.
Walmart. But like, look how bright and attractive the packaging is on shit that's
Look at these.
unhealthy.
Look at these Oreos. I've never seen
The
these.
black and white. That's
Oh,
like
wow.
from the Jewish deli
We're
or
looking
Jewish bakery.
We're looking at different things on Walmart and the packages. Go check this out on YouTube at the Pine Room Studios.
I don't like sweets, but an Oreo and some milk, man, I'll fuck that up. I do like that.
But it's just like, look at now, Jarrett. Go look up like what's another healthy food like.
yeah.
I mean, vegetables. I mean,
Jeez, Job. You don't know any healthy food?
rice cakes.
Look how
No.
boring the packaging is.
Yeah,
it's just
salad,
like
there you go.
boring. It's just bland.
Well, it's
and-
also that stuff got to stay fresh, though. You can't just package it in like a
no,
cardboard
but I mean like the
box.
design on it. It's just a boring circle with the
Oh, because it's
lettering
boring
on
to
it.
eat.
I
But
wonder.
it won't kill you as quick.
Right.
Well, although I tell you what,
That may-
lettuce
yeah.
can be absolutely deadly to you.
Mhm.
Deadly.
What?
Oh, foodborne illness and those.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Not
E.
botulism.
coli.
E. coli.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look how expensive
Terrible.
protein bars
Oh yeah.
are.
Oh, you get lettuce recalls. Chipotle has a lettuce recall once a month.
Yeah.
Why is it just on lettuce?
Here's why.
Manure?
Well, no,
Actually, I don't
yes.
even know why, to be honest
So
with you.
here's what happens. The lettuce fields are usually next to the pastures where these animals graze, and a lot of time it contaminates the water that runs down into the lettuce, and they're watering with
Shit
shit-filled water. Yeah.
Oh.
We sell shit lettuce.
Ugh.
Delicious.
Yeah, and they try. And again, the FDA goes out and inspects these farms and says, oh, yeah, check mark, you're good. And then they go and kill people.
And that, and also somebody's given some kind of envelope handshakes on the back end.
Correct.
saying, yeah,
Correct.
without a doubt.
Here's a
Yeah, the
couple-
inspector, here you go, buddy.
Yeah.
Here's a
Couple
case of
thousand.
scotch and
Yeah.
$6 million.
It's crazy though.
Look the
Sad.
other way.
That's when Chipotle had that big
E. coli.
They had the
E.
coli
coli
too.
breakout, and I kept saying to everybody, and I was never gonna do it because I didn't know how to do it. That you had to have made money if you invested in Chipotle at that time, because I guarantee you a lot of people said this place is gonna go under because of the E. coli, and now it's like the hottest thing going. Everybody's eating Chipotle now, and of course I didn't make any money on it. But
Hey, I just looked this up. 58% of E. coli illnesses were attributed to vegetable row, largely crops of leafy greens.
Wow.
I do like a leafy green though. I do enjoy.
That's why you're. I actually I listened to a guy interviewed, and I can't remember what inspecting agency he was from. It could have been the FDA or the USDA. He said he would never allow romaine lettuce in his home for his kids.
In his home?
No, he said the chances of your romaine lettuce being contaminated are so high that he would never let his family even touch
Oh,
it.
wow.
No matter where. everything they would get would be spinach or another iceberg or one of them other ones. Never would he eat romaine. It's like, okay, well, I cheat death a lot. I eat all that fucking romaine.
Romaine's probably one of my
Very
favorite
common,
lettuce, without a doubt.
So if you have diarrhea, stomach cramps, and occasional fever, you might have E. coli. I might have E. coli every week.
Fuck, I get it once a month.
Do you think you had E. coli the other day?
Yeah.
It's
I think
as
I
God damn, I
flu.
caught a case of E. coli again.
I hate
God.
No, you'll be violently ill
Yes,
to the
without
point
a
where
doubt.
your brain will swell. You'll have horrible. Yeah, you don't want to fuck with that and botulism. Oh God, that's how it killed a lot of people back in the old times. They couldn't preserve food, or they get a can that had a hole in it and they'd open it and eat it anyway.
The old time.
That's brutal,
That's
man.
so. I hate when like E. coli, for an example, has basic ass symptoms like headache, cold, poop.
Yeah.
I always have a headache.
Yeah.
Like how am I
Yeah.
supposed
Ain't
to?
nothing worse than the withdrawal I'm going through with the sugar right now.
Oh,
I want to kill someone.
Are you doing a little sugar cleanse?
Yeah, since the first of the year, I haven't had any types of sugar of any kind. Well, I'm sure there's in a few things, but 1 gram or less in anything that I have. So nothing, no
How long
candy.
are you trying to go for?
I'll go until I can't go anymore.
Alright.
Until
How
I
you feel,
fall
though?
off the wagon.
You feel good?
Oh, yeah. Once you get past it, you can attest this. Like
100%.
once you get past like that part where your body wants it so bad, it literally like probably be like coming off meth. Not minus the sweats and stuff, but like the headache that you get is so severe, and you don't even realize. Like, and I wasn't even a serial abuser of sugar. Like I would eat a couple things a week, and it would be like, okay, I know it's not good, but it's so good I got to eat it. And now, man, I stopped it. It is really rough.
Do you ever
it's getting
wonder,
better though.
Do you ever wonder how people? Because like you, I don't eat a lot of sugar. Like I'll have this maybe once, twice a week, and that's probably.
But
as far as
I'm
sugar
more
goes.
conscious effort to make sure that I don't. Like certain things
Yeah.
you eat, you don't think you'll have it, but they do.
Yeah.
It does.
And then there's like natural sugars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
And
that's
I'm
all
not
good
saying
for you.
I haven't completely gone totally carb free, which I won't. But the sugar's out and bread is out
But I mean, like, can you imagine
for now.
how you would feel? And I think I would feel like total shit if I had like 3 regular Cokes a day. Like 3 regular Cokes a
I used
day.
to drink that.
Like
but
eat candy,
Yeah,
like
so
all
It does.
kinds
I
of
totally
shit.
agree with that.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like shit.
There's
Without a
no
doubt.
you get
way.
bogged down. Like even though it tastes so damn good, and you're like, oh, you're so bloated, and then you go
Ugh.
get a bag of gummy worms, and then you have like a fucking zebra cake, and then it's like you just can't do it.
Too much.
And the problem is, when I do it, it's like you fall off the wagon totally.
Yeah.
Like, so when you do it, it's like, boom. It's like every day, here's my routine. Coke, gummy worms, Hostess cakes, whatever. I mean, it just adds up.
Or do you do caffeine too?
Well, I haven't even had any, because I was drinking the Coke Zero sodas, but I'm off those too. I haven't had one of those since the first of the year. It's only been 10 fucking
And
days.
I usually never need
I get the
caffeine.
headaches.
I'm not a coffee guy. I'm not like an energy drink guy. But the other day and recently, I had to get up at like 5 a.m, and drive up to Pittsburgh, and I stopped and grabbed an energy drink, and I like driving there. I'm like
Yeah, I can't
fucking
drink.
shaking. I'm like, holy shit! Like it feels good, but then I'm like, it scares me because I feel like I'm gonna fucking like my
1000%, man.
heart's gonna
It
explode.
shows you how much more caffeine's in things like that though than regular sodas.
I agree.
Because I mean,
100%.
Mountain Dew never bothered me even as a kid.
Never did.
It never changed. I could go right to bed after drinking.
Yeah.
And same with the Coke and caffeine. The Coke Zeros that I would drink like after work, and it's like, okay, I was getting a small dose of caffeine, but it was helpful. Now it's like I got the bad headaches at the end of the day because I'm missing that. But when you drink one of those, I can't drink those. Like my heart beats like, and I get scared, like afraid. So I don't fuck with that.
No,
stuff.
I had one, and by the time I got to the convention center in Pittsburgh, I'm sitting there. My boss is talking to me. I'm like, holy shit! Like I almost felt like drunk.
Yeah.
Like I'm like sitting there like
It's a
holy
shock to
fuck,
your
am
body.
am I good? And I don't know if it was because I was like
I tell-
ready to go, but like holy fuck.
I tell people it's like you're on the verge of having a panic attack. Like that's kind of what it feels like. Your heart is going to the point where you're gonna start to have a breakdown. But I love energy drinks. I absolutely love them.
Do you feel your heart beating like that though?
I did when I first started drinking them. I first started
it?
drinking them when I was in college. My senior year of college, I was doing some final projects like late at night, and I would spend the whole night drawing or putting a project together, and I would just drink those just one off the other, trying to stay up. And I think I kind of burnt myself out for a little bit because since then I've had a few, but it doesn't nearly rev me up.
Did you drink those ones that they had to take off the market?
Like Four Locos?
Yeah.
That was like alcohol. People were dying off that. Have you heard of that?
And then there's another one
Just
called
Danger
like
Zone.
Nitrous or something.
NOS.
NOS.
Yeah, NOS.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
That
those
went
are-
off there too, right?
those
That's-
are Monster.
I mean, they killed kids.
Yeah,
they were
those
killing
and
kids.
Monster.
Monster was the only
Monster's
thing.
fucking disgusting.
I love Red Bull.
Monsters must have got their reputation back because they're pretty big sponsors. And Red Bull's is enormous.
Enormous. I love Red Bull. I love the taste. If I could just have Red Bull that didn't have caffeine in it, I would like to drink that because I
You
just
can get that.
You can you?
You can, yeah, 100%.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they have it.
Because
They
I
have it.
googled it and I couldn't find it.
No,
They used to back in the
they
day.
did have it. Yeah.
Because
don't know
I
if they
googled
still
it,
do.
they don't have it on their website.
Okay.
Because I was gonna order some.
Do you guys get that feeling? Because I know I hate that heart feeling, like you said, your heart speed. That's a horrible feeling. But I also get to the point of, and it's kind of hard to explain. But when people say, "Man, you feel like you're coming out of your skin," energy drinks does that to me. Like
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm coming out of my skin, like
feel right.
uncomfortable. I don't like it at all.
It kind of was. It gave me a feeling what I imagine. I've never done any kind of drugs, but what I imagine like an Adderall would do.
That's what I was going to ask you if you ever took an Adderall.
It lasered me in. Like I was like when I take those drinks and I'm focused on something, I'm ready to go. I'm churning things out, especially when I'm trying to be creative. It helps my brain. Like I don't know whether it just like gets all the blood into my head.
Caffeine's good for that.
Really? For being creative?
Well, just like locking in and focusing.
It's a
on
stimulant.
Stuff. Yeah.
So yeah.
See, but I always thought caffeine was something that somebody would take and then that would do the opposite. Like you would just want to go off and go nuts.
That's probably if you have like ADHD, it'll probably make it way worse.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I think the thing I worry about is if I was ever offered an Adderall, I would be afraid that I would take that Adderall and then I would never want to not be on that.
So you never sleep and never.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard people that took Adderall in school for like during projects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they said it's the best thing ever for
People do
studying
say
and for
that.
for
I knew
working.
people that would take them before games.
yeah,
before
it's
baseball
fucking
games.
crazy.
But I mean, just like I don't want my body to be dependent on that. And I even did that with. I think I told this on here because I remember my mom laughing at me and getting mad at me for this. I took like 7 ibuprofen because I wanted, or not ibuprofen, 7 Benadryl.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because I wanted to sleep good. And there's a scientific thing, and I don't know what Benadryl has in it for their sleep effects, but if you go above a certain threshold, it does the opposite. And I took these Benadryl and I swear I couldn't stop moving my legs in bed. Like I was rolling around in bed. I was kicking the sheets off the bed. I was hot. It was horrible. But ever since then, I've been like, I don't want to have to. For a while, I was taking Benadryl and it was putting me to sleep like a baby. I'd take 2 and
Low
go right
dose.
to bed. But then I started to realize, like, what if somehow they ban Benadryl, and now I'm stuck, unable to go to bed because I can't get access to Benadryl.
That's the problem with sleep aids is the fact that people get on them and they become dependent on them and they can't go without them.
They all say non-habit.
What is that? Melatonin?
More like the prescribed is like the Ambiens and stuff like that of the world, like prescribed medicines. But I don't know. I understand obviously getting sleep is very imperative to a healthy lifestyle, but I think being chemically dependent to get to sleep, I'm not sold on that.
If you could, because Coach just had his procedure done. He's fine. It wasn't a big procedure. It was just a scope. They put him under. Would you, if you were offered it, you would lay down in your bed, and every night all you had to do was like you put a little IV in your arm, and it set a timer, and you were instantly asleep, and you woke right up. Like whatever time you set.
My question though would be for someone in the health field: is it the same? Am I getting that REM sleep by being knocked out with the anesthesia? Do you know that?
I don't. I know a lot of times, and I don't know your answer, but I know it's always a facade that when you do become dependent, like alcohol, everybody says, "Man, I got a really good night's sleep last night." You really don't. Like that's a big old facade. Like it's to be able to get into REM sleep. Most people that drink don't get into a REM sleep, and to be able to get a good night's sleep, you have to hit that phase of sleep to be able to happen. So I'm going to vote no, Matt, but I don't know
I would agree with
clinical
that.
answer. I don't know the clinical answer.
Have you had surgery before?
Knock on wood, no.
Wow. When I had surgery for my shoulder, it didn't feel like sleep. It didn't feel like
it's like you blinked.
Yeah, it's like that, and then you're up, and you don't feel. I didn't feel rested at all. Like I felt like
I felt drugged.
Oh, I feel like shit.
I felt like
you got a knife in your arm.
Yeah, but I don't. I would agree with that.
The only time I ever had surgery, when I got my wisdom teeth out, and I woke up in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I woke up.
Did you?
I woke up, and there in my mouth, I could feel him in there. I was like almost panicked, but then I fell back asleep. Thank God. But then I woke up, felt like fucking shit. I was fucked up for weeks. Because I think because of that, I was fucked up bad. Usually people aren't too bad. My mouth was bruised for like 2 weeks. I could like hardly chew. I was fucked up.
When mine came out, I was eating. I was eating something that I shouldn't have been eating like 2 days after. It was real hard.
I did too. I ate like nachos.
Yeah, I was eating chips.
I was bleeding.
Yeah.
What a dumbass. That is idiotic.
I don't know.
Cool. Him taking those back to when he was talking about the Benadryls. Him taking 7 Benadryls, to me, that is the most him job thing ever. Like that is the most job thing in the world.
For Job, I feel like Job's whole life has always been like he tries something and then he just fucking grabs a bunch of it and tries it all at once, and then he'd be like, "Oh, this is probably a bad idea."
It's like when he ate the garlic. When he ate the garlic,
like it's always excessive.
It's always way over the top.
Like the Red Bulls, he just chugs fucking 5 Red Bulls for no reason.
It's always like,
are you an all or nothing kind of guy?
If I find something that I enjoy, I want to push it to the max.
Nothing says enjoyment like garlic.
Yeah.
When I was back, the story on here?
I don't think. When I was back in, I think high school, like my junior year of high school, maybe freshman year of high school, I watched a video of the LA Beast. He's like a competitive eater on YouTube. He ate like 25 garlic cloves in one go, just one after the other. And I was like, and he was struggling, like he was like gagging and he couldn't breathe and stuff like that. He's like slobbering all over the place. And I was like, I want to try this. I don't think it'd be that bad. And I knew we had garlic cloves in our fridge. So I went downstairs and I peeled them all. I did like 5. Like boom, 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 back to back to back. And I ate them and I was, it was bad, but it wasn't what I thought it would be. So I was like, my breath stinks. But I can go brush my teeth. So I went upstairs, brushed my teeth, changed, and we were going to a pitching lesson. I had a pitching lesson that night. And he was coming to catch me. Jarrett was coming to catch me. And he's in the car, and I sit in the car after he's been in the car, and I get in the back seat. And after about a minute and a half, he goes, "Something smells like garlic." And I went, "Oh, shit." And so I'm throwing gum in, and I could not get the smell of garlic off.
Coming out of your pores.
I couldn't get it off.
You were smelling yourself too?
Yes.
That's actually pretty bad then.
And
most of the time you can't smell it yourself.
It was like stuck in my mustache and in my nose.
And then if you started to sweat, it was going to start coming out of that.
So that day at the workout, I'm going real easy because I didn't want to sweat. The next day in school, I took an F for that day in gym because I didn't want to. I told my teacher, I literally walked up to her and I said, "Mrs. Abraham, I'm going to sit today out. I'll take the F. I ate garlic last night, and if I start running, I'm going to smell like garlic. I can't do that." So I just walked for 45 minutes and didn't participate in gym.
Hold on, she still gave you an F?
Yeah.
Really?
For the day.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Which was
fine.
It. But it was the worst thing I've probably ever done.
So you are an all or nothing. Obviously, I think you just disclosed you're kind of that guy, an all or nothing kind of guy.
Yeah. Usually, if I fall off the cliff as far as bad eating or bad habits, it's a downward spiral. But on the other side of that, I also like to deprive myself. So now that I'm depriving myself, I got a little momentum. Now I'll run that for a while. like
See,
for a
that's
long
me
while.
too. If I'm on the right track, and once I get on that track, I am good.
If I get motivated, yeah.
Without a
Really?
doubt. I am, but unfortunately, when I do fall, I kind of fall hard.
Just
What about you, Jarrett?
crash and burn.
I'm kind of like Matt. Like, I'm not like job Jesus. No, like I'm not like
Jesus,
like
no.
like
Jesus,
all in. But
Carlos
like if
Christ, we
like
can't
I
have that.
kind of like Matt depriving myself.
GCC.
Like I like to see how far I can go. Like during the day without eating. Like I'll try to like go all the way till dinner to not eat. Like
That's
I'll have
just
like
not healthy.
I'll have
Actually,
a little breakfast.
I'll be when I go home. I'll be 48 hours without eating. I'm a believer in it.
Yeah, no, I
1,000% I'm a believer.
I
in it.
like
Here's-
to have a little breakfast and then just not eat for the rest of the day until dinner.
I
Keeps myself.
How's your mental clarity with that? Be honest. Like, do you feel more clear when you don't eat as opposed to when you eat? Mental clarity, I guess.
That's a good. It doesn't really change. I don't like. I'm not a guy that I'm like sitting here. Oh, fuck, like I can't like even function. Like when I'm just like okay. If I'll eat when I'm hungry.
Ready to eat?
When I'm ready to eat. Yeah. If
you don't really get hangry.
no, I don't.
I get
I'm
hangry
just
like a
kind of like.
motherfucker.
Do you know people that get hangry? Do you get hangry?
No, I wouldn't say that. The one thing I will say, if I go extremely long times, and without eating, but it's not nearly as bad. If I go without fluids, I notice a direct effect to my brain to where like I have, if I am not hydrated, I know it, and like I can't do the work or anything that I need to do, any type of concentration that I need to have. I really struggle without hydration. But without food, I can usually go a pretty long time. But again, until the point where it's like I'm starting to like I don't like you. Do you ever shake because you don't have enough? Like where you're like, oh boy, I better eat something because I rarely ever do that, but it's, yeah.
When
But
I feel
no,
like when I was
fluids are the
younger, I
most
had
important
that.
to me. So like if I was doing what Jeff did, I'd have to have been very well hydrated throughout the day to be able to go the whole time.
What about you? You an all or nothing?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Are you a good balance kind of guy?
Yeah, I think I don't really like if I start eating bad, it's not gonna continue through the week. It's normally just like one
Good
day.
for you.
So you can exercise moderation.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm
good
not
problem.
good at that.
Neither am
If
I.
If you put that pack of fudge rounds in my house, there's a chance I'll eat them all in one day.
Like
I respect that.
we just ordered food. We just
100%.
ordered food from. I ordered food from Starbucks. He went up to Chipotle and just picked my order up. I'm on the app. I had the option of just having one sandwich and ordering that.
Oh, you
I
gotta
ordered
get two.
two.
Yeah.
I ordered two.
It's horrible.
Now, in saying that, I have gone stints. It's like I have a cutoff period. If I can make it past a certain time, then I'm good for like keeping myself off of eating. But if I don't hit that point or I get to the point and I bail, I will eat everything in sight. I've been in the kitchen sometimes and I'm pulling cheese and pickles and bread and sweets. Literally
does go
everything
on,
I
he's
can
like,
get, everything
it's
I can get
weird.
my hands on, and I just shovel them in.
So do you do two sandwiches because of
One's never enough.
well I was going to say that, but meaning as in just in case, or you're knowing from the get-go that I'm going to crush two sandwiches?
No, they're getting down.
See, a lot of times when I get two, it's because I just like the taste of it. Like when we go to Popeyes, I get 2 chicken sandwiches. The first one to fill me up. The second one's for pure enjoyment.
I just,
get that.
I just.
It just depends what it is.
This is a stupid thing to say, but I just like to eat. There's just
No, I
something
don't think that's a
about,
stupid thing at all, to be honest with you.
and I can see how people can be 400, 500 pounds. Like if you don't give a shit about yourself or how you look to people. If I didn't care about what I look to people or functioning in my
400 or
daily life
500
and being,
pounds, job.
I don't know
No,
what
but
you have
I'm
to do to
saying-
get that because
I'm-
I feel like I abuse a lot, but I
Yeah.
I've never come.
But I'm
close to
saying-
that.
So much.
if I didn't care, if I had no responsibility and I just gave up on life, I could see myself sitting around and just eating whatever I wanted around
So
the
you
clock.
just never moved, just DoorDash
Just- yeah.
and sat in your room, did computer shit,
Play with your
whatever.
belly button.
There would be some times where I feel like I would want to get up and move around, but just for the majority, I love the feeling of something warm, of a nice meal. There's just something about the action of eating and
See, that amazes me because you eat so fast.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
like
that's
a
why I think
poor
I do
biter.
it.
Like maybe you have to eat more to enjoy it because you don't get
It's
to enjoy
incredible.
it.
Yeah, you ever tried?
And
to
there's other
eat
people
slowly?
I know that eat so slow it infuriates me.
yeah. I mean, I think that's why I eat so fast is because I just love it so much. I'm all
I understand
I'm
that.
all go.
And don't you think, like, if you ordered today from Chipotle, what did you get today? Starbucks?
2 sandwiches
Okay,
from Starbucks.
but don't you think it always is like well, if I'm going to order this, I don't want to not be full. So you got to get
exactly.
If I ordered this and I wasn't full, I'd be an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm sitting there and I order two sandwiches, and I'm like, well,
you're not going to die. It'd be
I'll say, well, if I get two, then I probably won't be hungry tonight. And I know damn well I'm going to go home and be hungry in about 2 hours.
Nothing worse than that.
Go downstairs and eat 8 slices
Stop
of cheese.
Convenient on the way home.
Yeah.
Isn't that such a bad feeling? Like when you eat and then an hour later you're hungry. Like why? Like why
like,
that?
That's why Chinese food.
Why is that a thing? Yeah. Like when you think you eat enough, it's like, oh, I'll be good for the night.
The Chinese food's bad.
Why is that? What's
they
it chemically?
MSG.
Yeah.
They chemically alter that, so you do that. I mean, I'll sit at a buffet.
But I don't understand. Oh, I guess for the
if
buffet.
you can wait at a buffet for long enough, you could be there all day, 24 hours. You could just eat all day.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like you eat your main thing, get stuffed. Then you got like an egg roll left over laying in the kitchen. About an hour later, here you go.
Yeah.
Boom, you're eating it.
I tell you where I'm bad with that. I don't eat a lot, like really at all. Like I'm pretty good with what I eat. But when we're in the Pine Room, I cannot fucking stop eating. It's unbelievable.
Really?
I'll eat like one time during the day, like regular. But when I'm in the Pine Room, I'll drink and eat like a fucking madman.
There might be some
Like it's crazy.
body release.
I never stop. It's so wild.
I think it's probably because you're drinking. Like,
And
when
it's-
I'm-
I
and
guess
sometimes
I'm
when it's
outside,
cold though,
yeah,
our body's
outside.
burning up to try to
Yeah.
stay warm.
And it's readily accessible. Like it's there.
Yeah,
it's ready to be
I can go
eaten.
grab like a.
I tell you what,
a
man,
wings.
I'm not that I'm sitting back and analyzing Jarrett Dilberg as I'm throwing back 30 beers, but I would actually, I've never picked up on that, I guess.
Well, okay, I say that.
Yeah, you don't
I
stand out like some others.
Well,
I say that.
I guess I say that in relativity to myself.
To
I guess
yourself,
because like
yes.
to me eating like 4 times during the Pine Room, I guess is a lot. For,
And I get
for
that.
me.
Like I would have
But-
never.
And I'm
walked away
not a
from
big like I'm not a myself. I'm a smaller guy, so I guess I don't eat as much as everybody else.
And that's true. Like I would never go home at Saturday night and like look at Cheryl and be like, you know, Jared face fucked.
He's a
me.
Yeah,
he's a
Like,
fat
gorged
he's
himself.
a fat fucking
Jeez
pig.
Louise.
he just
Wow.
he embarrassed
Back
himself
to-
today.
He like instead of like taking like a meatball, like he had and then he was with his hands. And like just, it's unbelievable.
I don't think that I've ever in my life like had a double like fist of something like
No.
going dual wield like.
Oh, hold
like-
on, I'm a big dude, and I don't think I've ever done that.
Wait, eating two
Like-
things
like
at
two
once?
cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I've
a big
never
dude.
done that.
Guys, I'll be honest. That's
Somebody
just
I
gross.
I hope-
That's just gross.
Somebody I
That's-
watched recently eat. It was I'll spare details, but they would eat. When I focus on eating, I take one thing at a time. So if I'm eating a burger with fries, I'll eat the burger, then I'll eat the fries. This person was hunched over the table, shoveling one thing into their mouth, and as this is going into their mouth, they're reaching for another thing and like taking a bite of that.
Real
That's
quick,
like
sober or hammered?
no sober.
See, here, I would be able to justify that if somebody was just crushed. But
Yeah.
sober,
Yeah.
sober, that's gross.
It's like a
That's
Viking
gross.
almost. Like if you saw a Viking at
Turkey
it,
leg.
yeah.
And then,
Wait, Jeff, you
whatever
eat
else.
one, so like if you have a burger, fries, something.
I'll
You
never.
eat one
I
item at a time?
rarely
Yeah, I'm that
rarely
way.
bounce from back to back.
I'm
but the
about.
people-
I go through all like pick away at each and every little thing, mix it
Yeah,
up.
me too. That's
Me
what I
too,
do.
100%.
But how about the people that are eating the burger and literally they
Oh,
bite
no.
it and they take a drink?
Oh,
it drives me
no, I knew you were
insane.
gonna say
You
that.
know,
Like, what are you doing?
You
That's
know-
Like Coke on a
disgusting.
burger.
You
Yeah.
know who's a
Oh.
bad
I
culprit.
don't ever do that.
You know who's a bad culprit of that?
Your dad.
Yes,
I
Is
figured.
he?
my
Is he
dad.
really?
My
He is?
dad.
Oh yeah, he is.
It drives me insane.
So
He'll
take
have
a
like
bite and he's going right to the Coke or this
Listen,
iced tea.
he'll have a Coke, like a Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi, and he'll have
Yeah, he
like
does
a,
do that
a
now.
cold meat sandwich. He'll take a big bite of the sandwich and then take a mouthful of the Coke.
and then he'll go to the chips.
To the
then he'll
chip.
go chips.
Oh.
He can't eat. He literally cannot eat a cold meat sandwich or
Without
a
chips?
or a sloppy Joe without potato chips. He always says
Cold meat sandwich and chips are a pretty damn
he
good
always
combo.
says that. He always
It's a
says
delicacy in
you.
my eyes.
He
Yeah.
won't. The other day we had, or like a couple weeks ago, we had sloppy Joes at home, and I was walking away, and he said, "No, you got to get chips." He poured a bunch of chips on the plate. He says,
Oh
"No,
my
you
God.
can't have sloppy Joes without chips."
Actually, if you guys remember this, so the day that we cut the tree down in my backyard, it was that Saturday we had meatballs in the Pine Room. So that Sunday there was still some left over.
That's right.
And it was me, you, Pav,
And I don't think Jubb was there.
Your dad. So
I think it was just us four.
The four, and hands down, we had a meatball sandwich, and your dad busted out the chips.
He said
delicacy. Well, I'll be honest, I'm in that same way. Though.
Meatball sandwich is good with chips.
If I'm eating a sandwich, I'm having chips, without a doubt.
My dad's eating habits and just the way he eats, to me, sometimes is the most infuriating thing.
Really?
Ever.
Oh, he gets so pissed.
He sometimes
is this like at the dinner table kind of shit?
I can see you two butting heads.
Just
over
like
this.
he's just like, when I eat fast, I eat quick, but I'm a clean eater. I might get a drop on my shirt, but I don't like get it on my face, like chewing with my mouth open. It's quick bites. I'm down. I'm clean, and you could sit a burger here, leave the room, and come back, and you would never know that I ate it. Like that's how quick and clean I am. My dad just like gets stuff on his face, like chewing, like sometimes with his mouth open. He's talking while he's eating. Then the biggest pet peeve.
I thought Champ was the only one that did that.
I mean, he's not like a barbarian,
he's not
but
that
he's
bad.
not like spitting while he eats. But just there's a, and
He's
it might just
pushing
be
it.
because I've always been around him when he eats,
right.
and it just might be that.
Well,
but
and the fact that you guys are always
my dad,
at odds.
Yeah, always.
my dad, and this is my number one pet peeve is gum chewing. Like when you chew it, not you're good at it because I can't. We have headphones on. I can't hear you chew. My dad chews with his mouth open, but he doesn't do it like that. It's just real subtle. So he opens his mouth just a little bit, like, and it just pisses me off so bad. But I never say anything. He'll never listen to this. So, but he just. One time I said to him, I was like, you chew gum with your mouth open. He said, no, I don't. And then that was the end of the conversation. But anyway.
There was no reason to fight City Hall on that?
No.
What about, I'll take it one step further. What's your guys' thoughts on people that lick their fingers?
I can't tell you that I've done that any time in the last 20 years.
If you do it in private, I think it's like if you're by yourself eating, I think that's okay. If you're out at like a restaurant or somewhere and you lick your fingers.
Think about where your fingers have been.
It's the grossest fucking thing. I'll be honest. I struggle with it.
Touch a dollar bill.
What's your guys' thoughts? Like people, and once again, we use that word self-aware and apologize for the redundancy. Like I can't believe the amount of people that actually will go, if you have a chip bowl at a party and they do chips, and then the next thing you see them licking their fingers. Like I just cannot believe that you would be. I don't know, man. That shit blows me away.
You deserve that bowl.
Man, I wouldn't
smacked over your
Let
head.
me ask you a question. Would you go back and get a chip?
No.
When I tell you there is not a fair
no.
shot, I don't care how fucking hungry I am. Not a shot.
Party etiquette when it comes to food is something I pay close attention to.
I would agree.
And when I see somebody like at a meat and cheese tray or a vegetable platter and they're just pricking stuff up with their hands and dipping it in the
That's wrong.
ranch
That's so
with their
wrong.
fingers.
Ew.
My dad did that one time when we were
toothpicks or
drunk.
anything?
No, my dad did that one time when he was hammered at
Of course.
what was the dance thing? Dance with the Stars. He was back, just hovered over top of the tray, just going, just going, because no one was eating it. But
He was probably lit up like the 4th of July that night.
when he's drunk, he also
he'll eat anything. He'd eat that bridge if he was hammered and he was hungry, he would eat anything that could be eaten.
Yeah,
in
and
sight.
we could say that when he's drunk, the 35 years of teaching special ed, it shows very potently.
But here's the deal: him and I are a little bit alike, and I think Matt, you actually do this game a little bit too. Like, if I'm gonna sit in the pine room, and I'm not saying this is 1,000% foolproof. Like, I'm gonna do my drinking, and then I'm probably gonna eat like in later on in the evening. I'm not saying that I haven't eaten during the day or whatever the case might be, but your dad holds off a good bit too.
He
to
does
to get his drink on, get that to
Chris
catch
is
his
the
buzz,
worst.
and then when he goes to eat food, though, it's over.
Why do you do it in that order though? Why? Because I'm the opposite. I gotta eat before I drink, or I'm gonna be a fucking mess.
Well, I'm embarrassed to say this, but
But
that's
to
kind
get
of
you more
that's
drunk.
kind of
Well,
the-
yeah, because
But I get like sick.
see,
I do.
Yeah, I can't drink on an empty
Seasoned
stomach.
vet, Cole.
When we
Seasoned
went-
vet.
when
I'm
we
just a pussy.
Yeah, it's not it.
when we went to Deep Creek,
You're normal. I'm just not.
No, I disagree. I disagree.
You think I'm the weird one?
Because, like, number one, it depends on the event.
That's true too.
If you're going to if you're
depends
going
on
to
the food.
drink to have fun, having a meal before you do that is pointless because then you're not going to be able to drink and have fun. Because we went
Like
to
a heavy
Deep Creek.
meal, yeah.
We went to Deep Creek and had these big bowls of rice and noodles and
Sushi
sushi and chicken and all that stuff. By the time we got to Deep Creek, I'm like, "Ugh, I want nothing to do with drinks. So we had to wait till later in the night. Whereas if we didn't eat, I'd go down there and I'd probably be buzzed after a drink and a half, ready to go. But yeah,
that's tough though. It really is. I know. I get it. You're like, that was it. Cut off.
Yeah.
You're like, fade
He
to black.
ended that
Fade to
really
black.
fast.
Yeah.
But I agree. Party etiquette is something, and I think, do you guys excuse people then? I like your dad, I guess. If he gets all boned up, do you excuse his drunkenness and say, okay, that he's just a little fucked up right now and he's crushing some cauliflower over top of the dip just because he's drunk? Like, is it
Or he-
excused?
guy that bites a vegetable and part of it falls back into the
Oh,
dip.
God. Oh.
Yeah,
I
I'd
think there's a little
stay away
bit-
from those things.
Not that alcohol should excuse anything, because it really shouldn't at the end of the day, but I think I would maybe
Plausible deniability. You
Chuck,
get-
yeah.
after a while though,
exactly
that leniency starts to fade.
Very fair. I think that's very
What do you
fair.
think about sharing appetizers like nachos or
Who you sharing them?
Yeah, with who? Significant
Friends.
other? Significant, depending on the friends. Like, if I got some heathen friends, it'd be a little rough.
Yeah,
But
I know what barbarians I can eat nachos with and what I can't.
Yeah, you know who you can,
But like
you can share
nachos
with.
are not like a great thing to share. I don't know why so many places have them.
I hate
you gotta like.
nachos.
Do you really?
hate them? I hate nachos.
Like hate them? Why? Like you hate them? Period.
Because it's just a messy thing to eat.
It is a messy thing.
They're so unproportional as far as what you get. I mean, by the time you get down to the bottom, depending on who makes them, you're just eating
What
chips.
about nachos as a meal? You don't
No.
even think there's good?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Actually,
I
what
hate
about, that's
'em.
a good question, though. What about messy food? Messy food bothers me.
Very much so.
I don't even know why, but it does. Like, it truly, like,
Yeah, I don't like it either.
yeah, I don't like to, like, if you said your dad's got stuff, like, it really does bother me personally. Like, if I'm eating and I look like I'm eating, like, to me, that's just, I don't like
I
that.
hate that.
If
Yeah.
a burger is if a
use a
burger
fuck ton
starts
of
falling
napkins.
apart and shit, and it's
That
on my
bothers me.
hands,
Big downgrade.
instantly a
yeah,
downgrade.
100%.
Instantly.
Without a doubt.
I agree with that.
I would agree with that.
What's
1000%.
your like? What you aren't really a picky eater. You don't really
I try
discriminate as far as food. But like, what's something if you go in and the food gets brought out to you? What is something you go? This is not going to be good.
Like I know I won't eat it.
Like you won't. Not that you won't eat it, but that you might have a couple bites and be like, this is not.
I don't
right.
like steak because I hate fat.
I agree.
If I bite a piece of steak and I bite into the fat, I'm gonna throw up. I think
Yeah,
it's too much
Yeah, I'm not a
fat.
fat guy either.
I hate that.
Like
What
I
do you
want the
do?
lean
like a rare
cuts.
steak
I
with
know,
fat
like-
on it. It sounds like the most disgusting thing.
Oh,
I don't like that either. There have been multiple times in steakhouses where I'll take a bite of it and I'll start chewing, and I know I'm not going to get this down.
What
and
kind?
I'll-
What kind of meat are you ordering?
like a.
Because I mean, the
Sirloin?
shouldn't have any fat on
There have
it.
been a
Yeah,
couple
that
sirloins.
fillet.
I
that
mean,
I've had.
occasionally, but fillets and sirloins
Yeah,
are
shouldn't
very
have any.
lean.
I'll do.
If
I
you're getting a ribeye, then that's.
I had a sirloin
You signed
at
up for it.
Yeah, right.
sirloin at Texas Roadhouse. What's the one we go to?
Longhorn.
And I've done this multiple times. I'll take a bite, and I know I'm not getting it down because
Too
it'll gag me
grizzly,
out, and
like,
I'll start.
I don't like
I'll
that
start
either.
chewing on it,
I can
and
feel
then
that.
I'll cheek it. I'll go, I got to go to the bathroom. And I'll walk to the bathroom, spit it out in the toilet, and turn around.
Yeah.
You don't
So-
put it in your napkin and just
No,
put it
because
right on
I
the
think
table.
that pisses
That's
me
disgusting. People spitting at the table.
Ah,
It's disgusting.
horrible.
That's barbarian. Like.
off. Yeah.
I do respect that, but I think there could be a delicate way of doing that. I agree. Like,
Oh
Yeah,
no!
yeah,
I
if
mean,
you
if
need
you're a
to-
little more subtle, then
Subtle,
yeah. But if
especially
you're just like, right
that's
on the
dumb.
plate,
That's dumb. That's horrible.
Dude, Job,
Absolutely.
that grosses me out that you put it in your cheek. I mean, I guess.
That's
I'm
not
not
I
going to
guess
it.
spit it on the.
yeah, I know, but
I
it's
where do
still
you
just-
want him to put it in his pocket?
Well, I know, but just thinking
I don't wanna
about it,
go-
like,
I don't wanna-
Hey, he spit it in his shirt pocket.
oh,
That's why he wears a pocket shirt.
oh, God.
Hey, why is your pocket wet?
Jay, we were talking about sharing food with barbarians. Would you share food with him? Like if you're eating nachos, would you eat with him?
We do.
With Job?
Yeah, like would you guys dip in the same cheese or anything like
We
that?
have before.
Yeah. I mean,
What do you? I'm not like filthy.
Well, I just know how he views you. I would share food with you.
Oh,
But I know I thought Jarrett for
That's
sure
fair.
would be
No,
like,
I don't- I mean,
fuck no.
'cause
I'm a
he
little
knows-
surprised by that too, Cools. I thought he'd say
I
fuck
thought
no.
for sure he would say fuck no.
Well, because he know, he's not like, because
You've been
he's
forced to eat with him for
so
years.
particular about his food. He
I
knows
do think
how.
he's a pretty neat eater. I would say
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
ate that Coleman's fish down at Warwood Vets one time, it was literally 4 bites, square bites 4, and he literally had a napkin. There wasn't even anything to wiped his mouth, and
No,
boom,
he
he's on to the next
has
thing.
like a it's like a meth. Every time he eats, it's like a puzzle.
There's a plan
that
of attack.
Yeah, it's a plan. He puts it all together. It's like he has his sauces over here. He has like his fries or whatever here, and it's just like boom, 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 boom.
I always
done.
get a side of sauce if I'm going to get a burger. I normally get a side of sauce that I can dip the burger in, but I can't dip it until I take a bite, and then you have that.
What if the
little
burger
corner.
doesn't fit?
Like the edge.
Well, I always got to make it fit. You got to take a bite, so then you have
Oh,
a
you
little,
got a dipping
that little
corner.
edge, that dipping
And then
corner.
do you dip fries in anything but ketchup or all their sauces?
I don't dip it in ranch, but I will do any other sauce.
Okay. I like that.
You know my favorite thing about eating this job is like we go on vacation or something. My favorite thing to do is to try everybody's food.
Really?
I would love to try everything
Like
that's
a
at the
sampler.
table.
He's like a prairie dog.
He
Like
does.
when everybody gets their food, he's like this at the end of the table.
I like to see what everybody's got, and like I'm like, hey, I'll let you try mine if you. Let me
I
try
can
yours.
appreciate that though, because so you know for next time or the little variety pack, I can. Get
Especially
that.
on vacation, like if it's like a place we never go to. I want to try everything they got.
Do most people oblige?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like when we
though.
went to Deep Creek, I probably tried 13 different things all at one table. It
Yeah,
was
because we had a
awesome.
big ass table with all of us.
He was taking little plates
He
of
was
shit.
so
and like,
People were
happy.
offering it. I was like,
It
I
was.
don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Seriously, might be one of the most happy I've ever seen
Oh,
him
it's
when
my
we were
favorite
done.
thing in the
He was
world.
so excited that he got to try everybody's food.
Oh, that's pretty cool though.
I was trying
But-
like different drinks, different food.
and he's picky.
well, I wouldn't say I'm picky.
But I've not in a sense that he's never said. Rarely, if I say, "Hey, how's your meal?" Rarely does he go,
He
"It's
always
really
does.
good."
That's okay.
Rarely.
Oh,
I hate
okay.
that.
He'll
He
always say,
does that.
he'll always go, "It's all right."
He always says it's
Oh
always.
no! So when's the last time
okay.
you walked away from me? Like, you know what? That was fucking awesome.
Well, when I was in Deep Creek, they had this crab dip.
Yeah,
that was fucking good. That was really good. But my meal,
Somebody
I got
made- I'm
chicken
sorry.
parm, and that was just okay.
Somebody made it, you mean, or you went to a restaurant?
We went to a restaurant.
Got you. Okay.
And that was phenomenal. I would, if I went back, I'd get that 10 out of 10 times. It was
Okay.
so good, and that's why I want to try it. Because now when we go back to Deep Creek, if we go there, I'm killing that every time.
I truly get that. I really do.
And
That's my
All right.
favorite thing.
So last thing, and then we'll wrap up. You say you get to a dinner table, maybe you're going to a business meal or something with your boss. Say just a coworker says, "Hey, let's go out to eat." If they sit down, what is something they would do that you go, "I fucking hate this guy"?
And you're saying food related, like as in something.
Dinner related, like
Dinner
at a
related?
dinner table. Something
I
they
know
do.
mine.
A couple things.
All right, go ahead, Matt.
No, Jeff, finish
All right,
your
Jeff,
thought.
go.
Actually, I'm going to give you a couple answers. To me, the way somebody treats a waiter
100%.
speaks
One.
speaks
Number one.
volumes, and I think that can go extended into life in general.
Yep.
It tells a lot about a person.
Yes.
The other thing would be licking of the fingers, that type of stuff, and just being we keep on using the word barbarian, to sit there with somebody that is just being fucking gross, where it could be if it's only two of us, and it could be, not that I care about what people think, but also there is some couthness in this world, and there's a way to carry yourself. Like if I would be sitting there, somebody's being a barbarian, just face fucking shit, I'd probably say something at the end of the day. Yeah.
And I wouldn't consider like myself to be like overly like so polished and like, you know, to
Yeah.
where I'm
Me
not
neither,
like,
no.
but like, where do these people grow up?
Oh, that's a good
Like,
point.
where are the people that? But number one, the way they treat the server, that bothers me from the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
I hate that when people are rude. I hate that. And then another one that would be horrible is like, say you go to a place and say it's like, even if it's not like super upscale, but like they got cloth napkins and they dip it in the water and they're washing their hands
yeah.
at the fucking table. Like, go to the restroom, you idiot! Like, you see, I don't know if you guys have ever seen people do that, but I have. It's
100%.
just disgusting.
Yeah.
Actually, I've
You just
seen
dip
it more.
it in the water,
I've
and then
seen
you
it more
drink
where
your
they would
water.
clean their mouth.
Yeah.
More than
Oh,
their
yeah,
mouth.
right.
But I agree, hands.
Just like, ew.
Man. My turn?
Yeah.
You just looked at me. You didn't even say anything.
Yeah, go.
I mean, I would say if we're all sharing like nachos, for an example, if you double dip, I will not eat.
Yeah, that's not
I
Double
get
dip's
that.
Cannot
fucked
double
up.
dip.
Yeah,
How do
you
people
five
not
people-
know about that yet?
Yeah,
Like,
What about
where
what
do
if
you-
somebody takes say you got like a piece of like pita bread and they take a bite of one side and then they rotate it and they put it back in.
See, I respect that.
I
can
don't
respect
have
that
a
one.
problem with that, but I'd prefer if it was
Prefer not.
somebody that
but
I didn't
agree.
know.
Yeah.
I can swallow that.
If
a
they
little
were
bit more.
clean, I guess.
If it's
it's
someone
okay.
I'm good with,
Depends
then
how
I
far
probably
away
won't
from the
bother me.
bite. Like a chip,
Yeah.
not gonna work. That's too close. But like an Olive Garden breadstick, for an example, if
like
it's
a
something
big
like
one.
that.
Yeah, one of
like
the
the
big
bites
tubes.
of
You
that.
bite
Yeah.
one and you dip the
Yeah,
other.
That's far away enough for me where I can.
Yeah, that
convince
wouldn't bother
myself.
me.
Yep, I agree.
Plus,
Yeah.
who knows how much shit we actually ingesting our
Yeah.
bodies anyway.
We're
It's
ingesting
disturbing to think of.
diseases right now, probably in this room.
What's your-
I would say not really even like food related, just to be a little different. The way they dress, like if they show up to like a restaurant in like fucking like shorts and like a dirty t-shirt, you're you're fucking moron.
Especially if it is a work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
well,
yeah.
I can
I
get
tell you,
that.
it would like sandals with no socks,
Oh,
and
and you
then
got the
and
dogs
then
out.
the bare feet in the fucking restaurant or in the airport or wherever. It's just that's just people ought to be locked up.
I have two.
Changing the channel with your dirty feet
Yeah.
on an airplane.
God.
I have one is I can't stand when somebody takes a big drink of like water or a pop and they go, and so that pisses me off. Like,
Who the hell does that? Do you know anybody in specific?
Ah.
Your dad has to do that.
You know, it's so funny because I thought that's where he was gonna say. I swear to
No,
God, I thought it was gonna
he
be
actually
your
doesn't.
dad.
He doesn't.
Well,
I think he
and
does
another one that you
sometimes.
hate too, and you might be getting ready to say this next, is when somebody takes a drink and they'll put it back down and then drink it again. I've done it a few times and he
fucking
gets
does this.
he
What do you
gets
mean?
so
He does
mad.
this. He'll say,
I don't do it
say
that
this is
no.
the drink. This is what he does. It pisses me off so bad that he does it because he has that fucking thing and it's filled with ice and it makes noise. and
I
he'll
don't
go-
do it that
he'll-
much.
Yes, he does. He does it in the car. He'll pick it up and he'll go, instead of taking one drink and going and then putting it back in the cup holder, he'll take a sip. He'll go. And it'll rattle the ice, and it pisses me
No,
off.
What?
Yeah, because
when
you
you talk
say-
about rattling ice, what about some of our radio?
Oh, yeah,
there,
yeah.
Chris.
In the Yeti.
Chris's tumbler. He goes.
But that's something that's definitely one. If a guy does that at dinner, I'll smack the cup out of his hand because that pisses me off. And I've never met anybody that does it except for him and one other guy.
How about people that like? There's like certain dishes that are like borderline like fork or knife using type meals. But you probably, when in doubt, you would lean towards using the silverware. What about the people that eat with their
The
hands
hands?
like over the top? Like,
like,
I'm not talking like you get a sandwich.
Boneless wings.
Yes, there's a perfect
that's a
example.
great
Yes.
example,
That's a
John.
great example.
I can't stand that. Now, if you're not given utensils and like
No, you're asking.
you're
Because we were over at Rick Vion's and I remember they brought the wings out to me and I was like, I gotta have a fork. And one of the people said, you'd be surprised how many people don't use the silverware. I'm like, oh my god! Like
Yeah,
it's
no,
different.
that's
A
so
bone-in's a
weird.
whole
Like,
different
yeah, well,
game.
yeah.
You have to eat a bone-in
Yeah.
wing with your fucking hand.
And then my last one is, and I hope you don't do this. I hope you don't do this.
Why him?
Because
Why
I know that
him?
I know you chew gum a lot. Saving
Oh.
your gum is
what?
the most disgusting
They're like
thing.
putting it on
What?
a napkin.
Like either you take it out and you put it in a napkin, you fold it and set it on the table, or I've seen somebody do this one time, and I'm not going to name a name. They took it out and put it behind their ear.
Oh,
What the
God.
fuck? Who
That's
did
an
that?
That's an old school thing there, right there.
Yes,
That's
I
gross.
saw
What
it
about
at
when they
dinner.
used to put it on their bedpost? People would
That's
say.
Oh, God.
Uh,
To answer
Just
your
give me
question,
one.
no, I
Go.
don't do that. The
Okay.
one thing that I will do, though, self-admittedly, if I'm driving in my car and I'm drinking my coffee and it's just me, I don't like to drink coffee and chew gum at the same time.
Yeah.
So I will put that gum on top of my coffee mug.
Okay.
Just because I know when I'm done drinking coffee, I want the gum
That's
back.
all right.
But that's not. You're not going to see my gum on my desk at
Like-
work or like that's just gross.
Like if you had this beer, you wouldn't take it out and put it
no,
right there.
would not do that. No,
I got
that's
two
for sure.
for your job. Then I'm done. When my mom chews gum, you probably heard it. When she
Oh.
done pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, cool.
Like-
It's bad.
And it
It's
drives
really
me fucking
bad.
nuts. I'm like, please God, stop.
It's like an interior bubble.
Mhm, I know
and it's
what
like
you're talking about. Mhm.
I hate when she does that.
She does-
She'll do it over and over and over.
Yeah,
That
right there.
was
Yep.
right
exactly
there.
it.
Yeah.
She'll be doing like paperwork and it's just pop, 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 pop.
That-
She does it when she's driving a lot.
What else?
And when people like slope noodles, like spaghetti.
That's funny. I was
Yeah.
going to ask that. So
Slurping.
let me ask you this question. Do you think it's slurp? To me, this is two different ends of the spectrum. Slurping as opposed to cutting up your noodles and where you can still stick it on the fork and take a bite, or as in you take a big heaping of noodles and then you bite them over top of your plate and let it fall down.
Yeah,
I do that.
Yeah,
I
that.
do that too.
But question though, you're doing that in a restaurant or you're doing that behind closed doors of your home?
well, I do a small enough bite where like none of it's gonna fall like onto my plate.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I just twirl it up and then just take the full bite and that's it.
I know.
But
a
that's different
slurper.
though. That's different though.
Yeah,
but
I
I'm
don't
saying
let
as
it-
in if you're at Figueretti's tonight and you're getting a big old bowl of pasta, like will you sit in the restaurant and over top and you are and you're not even doing the twirly thing with your fork.
What do you do? Cut it?
I would cut up my stuff. Now, if I'm at home, that may be a little bit different, but definitely out in public.
See, I've never
I've
heard
never
that.
done that either.
No, I'm cutting up your noodles.
I always, if I'm guilty, I bite and let it go.
I don't do. Yeah.
I've seen a
But
video of a guy with
normally,
scissors.
normally I take.
That's actually kind of sweet, to be honest.
Yeah, somebody did it on TikTok.
Actually,
Yeah, the
kinda like
guy
that.
he ate it and then he'd get the scissors and cut the noodles and then.
And actually, I've seen both sides. I've seen where he's picked it up with this fork, snipped it to be able to get himself a bite size.
But most of the times I try to get it so twirled up that it's just like a ball.
Yeah, you
that it's
take a
not
bite.
like hanging
That's
down.
different. Yeah,
into
to me,
the-
that's different.
But yeah,
If
I
you
don't know.
slope up
Slurping.
a little-
Fuck, I love
But the
pasta
funny
and
thing about
spaghetti.
slurping is though, if you go to
It's like
Japan,
appreciated.
it's like
It's
you're
expected.
Yeah, that's in.
That's our
the,
culture.
That's
the-
allowed, yeah.
The chef is like, it's gratifying to the chef if you're slurping the shit out of your noodles. If you're
Don't
like,
they just try to shovel as much as they can in their mouth?
If you ever see
It's
this is not a
unbelievable.
knock on Asian people, but like the Asian culture, them eating is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's so efficient. Like if they take a bowl, they don't take the noodles and then bring it to their mouth. They bring the bowl to them and then shovel the noodles
scoop it
into
in,
their
yeah.
mouth.
Yep.
You said so efficient.
It's so efficient. They
And
just
there's not one morsel left in their
None.
bowl.
Yeah,
It's
they
Zero.
finish
completely gone.
everything,
It's
right?
like one little rice pellet.
and
is
they
not
eat. They
left.
do eat some horrific stuff.
Luke asked me the other day about chopsticks. Can you guys do chopsticks?
Hannah
I
actually
do chopsticks
can't.
for sushi.
Hannah
I
actually
can't.
bought me.
Yeah.
She bought me a pack,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to use them because it slows my eating down, and then I feel better
That's
about
another
myself.
reason why those people aren't 500 pounds like
Yeah.
us,
Yeah.
because they eat at a normal pace, which makes you get full.
Yeah.
It does make sure your brain
I
tells
like
you.
Where
it.
my-
Using
Yeah.
chopsticks is fun. I
My
like
stomach
it.
doesn't even have time to register what's in it yet before I get done with my meal.
I'd be 120 pounds if I had to use chopsticks. I'd be there 6 hours. I'd be like, fuck this, I'm out.
Eat rice and chopsticks.
Yeah.
That's brutal, man. Brutal.
The rice. That's why they try to clump it. Oh
Mm-hmm.
man, so challenging. Though.
Get underneath of
Can
it.
you
The
use
worst
them? Are
is-
you good?
No, I'm not good. I need to be good because I eat a lot of that stuff, especially like the noodles, soups, and things like that, the Vietnamese and stuff. And the guy that always waits on me, and he'll bring. He's like, "You need fork?" I said, "Yep." You better believe it, brother. I need a fork because I'm not gonna get very far with these things.
Yes,
I'm not terrible, but I'm not good enough to. It actually would be better for me if I just sat there and sat there for 2 hours.
2
a day.
hours, yeah.
I enjoy it that much; it wouldn't bother me. But yeah.
Well, I think this is a good place to stop. We had a good show today. I think this is one of our longer episodes in the past couple of weeks. I think we went pretty good. This is a good one for you to enjoy over the next couple of days. Hopefully you're staying. I was gonna stay warm, but it's gonna be fucking 50 tomorrow. So who cares? I think you just gave me a.
Actually, it's funny because I thought today was the warm day. They're calling for a snowstorm tomorrow in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Matt,
I
what do you
know.
think about that?
It won't happen.
Yeah.
False alarm.
I didn't even know it was supposed to happen. There's
No.
people already talking about calling off work. That's the only reason why I know. This is gonna be great.
Well, great. So hopefully it snows. Hopefully you're snowed in. You
No.
can't look out your window.
No.
Yeah.
No, because I respect that, but no, it's just not good for my world.
Work.
Yeah, just no.
All right. I
Just
hope it
calling
snows
off.
on the weekend.
I appreciate. Well, it's still not good. We don't shut down.
Okay. Then
I used
on
to love snow.
on well, no, any holiday. You go shut down on holiday?
No, we're 24/7.
24/7, 365?
People need taken care of.
Yeah.
I think that should be changed.
Me too. I would agree.
All right. Thank you for listening to episode 92 of the Pine Room Podcast. Stick with us for the next 8. We can make it to 100, and then you can do whatever you want after that. But thank you for joining us. Myself, Cooley, Matt, Jeff, and Jarrett. We're going to take a break. Enjoy the weekend. And until next time, we'll see you here in the Pine Room.
Peace.
Later.
Aloha.